Hello, students. This side Pooja Sharma, your physics teacher from Cambridge International School, Daswa. I hope you all are fine, healthy, and studying hard, giving enough time to your studies. Children, I'm back with your physics class again, and we are going to continue chapter motion. So, before continuing the next topic, let's revise the topic which we have done previously. So, we understand what numericals are, how to do them, and we did the numericals based upon distance, displacement, then based upon velocity, speed, and acceleration. And we also understood that how we have to solve the numericals by following the basic steps. So I hope all those things are clear to you. Now I'm taking you to a new concept, that is of graph. Graph is a diagram showing the relation between variable quantities, typically of two variables, each measured along one pair of axes at right angles. So let's understand more what a graph is. So the first thing we need in graph is two axes perpendicular to one another, that is at an angle of 90 degree. So let's say these are two axes named x-axis and y-axis. You have two companies nearby. One is A and second is company B. You want to compare the status of two companies, their income. Then, if the graph of one company is this way and this graph of company B is this way, so you can easily compare that which company is having increase and in which company the decrease is going on. So graph will give you a image, overall image, and make the things easy and clear for everyone. So similarly, today we are going to do graphs in motion chapter, that is, if object is moving, how graphically we can represent its motion. So let's get started with the graphical representation of motion. Children, this is a clip from your book, your NCRT book. It's written there, graph provide a convenient method to present basic information about a variety of events. So see, the graph is going to make the things very convenient and very easy to understand. That is why we use the graph. Okay. Then, to describe the motion of an object, we can use line graphs, the graphs which I have already drawn earlier. In this case, the line graph shows the dependence of one physical quantity, such as distance or velocity, on another quantity, such as time. Children, for this reason only, we have to take two quantities and one will be depending upon the other one. For this reason only, we draw axes. We draw x-axis and y-axis. Okay, and we consider this x-axis as your independent axis and we take y-axis as dependent axis. That is why all the quantities which are independent, the basic example, the very good example is time, the independent one. Whether you move, whether you don't move, whether you study, you don't study, the time will keep on moving. The time do not depend on anything. So it is independent quantity. We always write it along x-axis because we assume that x-axis is for independent quantities. And whatever is the other quantity you have, which is going to depend on time, we write it on y-axis. Now let's do graphical representation of motion. In this chapter, we will be doing basically two kinds of graphs. One is distance time graph and one is velocity time graph. So your graphs are categorized as distance time graph and velocity time graph. Distance time graph is further categorized in three parts. Stationary body, that is the distance time graph for stationary body, the distance time graph for uniform motion, the distance time graph for non-uniform motion, and then similarly the velocity time graph is categorized as the velocity time graph for constant velocity, the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, and the velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration. So children, in this session we are going to focus on to the distance time graph. So let's get started. Now the first graph which we are going to study under distance time graph is distance time graph for stationary body. Let's understand the graph first, then this concept will be clear to you. Now, if you look into this graph, when the time is 0 second, the object is at a distance of 10 meter. When the time is 1 second, the object is still at a distance of 10 meter. When the time is 2 seconds, object is still at 10 meter. When the time is 3 seconds, object is still at 10 meter. It means the object's position is not changing. Object is at 10 meter in the beginning, and right now also the object is at same position, that is 10 meter. So this shows that the object is stationary. It is at rest. So in this case, if you have to draw the stationary graph, your line will be parallel to the time axis. So whenever you have a graph, distance time graph, the line will be parallel to time axis. It means the body is at rest or the body is stationary. Now the second graph under distance time graph is uniform motion. So I guess from uniform motion it is clear to you that there will be equal change in distance in equal intervals of time. Now let's understand how to draw it graphically. Now in this graph, in this distance time graph, when the time is 0, the distance traveled by the object is also 0 meter. When the time approaches to 1 second, the distance approaches to 5 meter. Means in 1 second, the distance covered by the object is 5 meter. When the time approaches to 2 seconds, the distance covered by the object is 10 meters. When the time is 3 seconds, the distance is 15. So this is increase of time in equal intervals, in equal increase in distance. So this way we can say that this graph is uniform because time is also increasing with equal intervals and the distance is also increasing equally. Now let's understand the third type of graph under distance time graph, that is non-uniform motion. From the name non-uniform motion, it is clear now that there will be inequality. Either the time will not be equal or the distance will not be equal. So let's understand how to draw it in graphical way. So now in this graph, first of all, we have to understand how we have to measure. Children, if you look onto the time axis, it's written 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look onto the y-axis, that is distance axis, it's written 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. Fine. Means from 0 to 5, there are some intervals in between as well. There are some distances in between as well. Okay. So from 0 to 5, there are 5 lines in between. It means each line in between is of 1 meter. We have to consider this also while understanding this graph. Okay, now let's understand the graph. See, when the time is 0 second, the distance is also 0. And when the time approaches to 1 second, here the distance is 2 meter. Fine. Now when the time approaches to 2 seconds, here the distance is not at 5 but a line below that, that is at 4 meter. Okay. And when the time reaches to 3 second, the distance is 2 lines above 5. That is 5, 6 and 7. So distance is 7 meter. And when the time is 4 seconds, the distance is 10 meter. So here if you look into this graph, the time is increasing equally. 0 to 1 second, then 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, then 3 to 4. But the distances are unequal. First it goes from 0 to 2, then 2 to 4, then 4 to 7, and then 7 to 10. So there is unequal increase. So it is non-uniform motion. So children, I hope the topic which we have done today, we did half of the graphical portion, that is distance time graph. I hope this is clear to you. A little bit is left of it. We are going to continue in the next video. But before that, you have to make sure that these 3 graphs are very well clear to you. Let's have a recap of it once. So the first graph we did is distance time graph for a stationary body, where we did that in the distance time graph, if we have a line parallel to time axis, it says that the object is in the state of rest because only the time is increasing but the distance is not increasing, it is stationary. So the second graph we did is distance time graph for uniform motion. In this graph we did that if a line is straight inclined to time axis, it means it is uniform motion. It is uniformly increasing with respect to time. The third graph we did is distance time graph for non-uniform motion. So in this case, if the line is not parallel to time axis but it is with some angle, that is inclined but not straight, it's making a curve, it means the motion is non-uniform. If it is uniform, then it's going to be a straight line, inclined one. If it is non-uniform, then a curve. So with this, children, I'm going to end up the session for today. Thank you very much for listening, for understanding, for your patience. Hope you are going to revise it once again before we proceed on with the next session. And please take care of yourself, your family. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you. Thank you so much.